Happy Thursday. I'm Tristan Winder in the News 2 streaming studio at the Morning Pulse here on this Thursday, April 3rd. We begin with tragic news out of the Nebraska Panhandle this morning as a World War II veteran and his wife were killed Wednesday afternoon in a three-vehicle crash at the intersection of Highway 26 and West 42nd Street near Scottsbluff. The Nebraska State Patrol is reporting to News Channel Nebraska that the World War II veteran and his wife were killed Wednesday afternoon in the three-vehicle collision. Officials identified the victims as Harry Lynn, age 102, and Sherry Lynn, age 65, both of Scottsbluff. The couple were in a Buick LaCrosse traveling eastbound on Highway 26 around 12:30 Mountain yesterday when the vehicle attempted to turn onto West 42nd Street. It turned into the path of a westbound Ford 350. The resulting collision pushed both vehicles into a Honda Pilot that was stopped at the intersection. Harry and Sherry Lynn were pronounced deceased at the scene. The driver of the Honda sustained non-life-threatening injuries, while the driver of the Ford was not injured. Just weeks before yesterday's fatal collision, Governor Pillen honoring Harry Lynn for his service in World War II during a special ceremony recognizing Nebraska veterans. Lynn was remembered for his bravery and dedication to his country. A young boy had a full circle moment at Hastings Middle School yesterday. The Tri-City Net Air Medical Team airlifted 12-year-old Axel Brahama from Hastings to Omaha a year ago after a tonsil surgery led to an infection. That ultimately made his heart stop. Well, that same crew that landed at Hastings Middle School football field yesterday afternoon met Axel again, but in a different way this time around, as around 100 students from schools all cheered on Axel as he boarded the helicopter, but this time to say thank you.
I was emotional and just wanted to say thank you. Amazing. I would go on it again if I could.
Axel's doing much better now, and he expressed how thankful he was for the flight team's care and support on that very scary day. As we've said 1,000 times, kids are in Lincoln this week taking part in the 97th Nebraska FFA Convention. As part of the convention, FFA members are setting aside time to help the community. Part of the Living to Serve portion of the convention, as it's in partnership with Farm Credit Services of America, Tallgrass, ADM, and Meals from the Heartland. As FFA members will be packing thousands of meals for the Food Bank of Lincoln. During last year's convention, more than 110,000 meals were packed, and the goal is to do even more this year. Living to Serve is the last line of the FFA motto, and a cornerstone of FFA as well. The convention continuing again today in Lincoln. Violent storms and tornadoes through the cities of Oklahoma and Indiana during what could be a record-setting period of deadly weather and flooding this week, destroying homes and sending debris nearly 5 miles into the air in one location. Dozens of tornadoes and severe thunderstorm warnings were issued Wednesday and early Thursday from Texas to West Virginia as a storm hit those in other states. Forecasters attributed the violent weather to daytime heating combining with unstable atmosphere, along with strong wind shear and abundant moisture streaming into the nation's midsection from the Gulf. The potent storm system will bring significant life-threatening flash flooding each day throughout Saturday, the National Weather Service has said, with more than 30 centimeters of rain possible over the next 4 days. The prolonged event is an event that only happens once a generation to once in a lifetime, according to the National Weather Service, which has also said historic rainfall totals and impacts are possible. More than 90 million people were at some sort of risk of severe weather in a huge part of the nation stretching from Texas to Minnesota and Maine, according to Oklahoma-based storm prediction centers. Power was knocked out to more than 500,000 customers throughout Ohio, Kentucky, Arkansas, Tennessee, West Virginia, Mississippi, Missouri, and Texas as of Thursday morning. Another national news here this morning. Texas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico reported new measles cases this week. The outbreak is expanding for the first time now into central Texas. Already the U.S. had more measles cases this year than in all of 2024. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has said that other states with outbreaks, defined as 3 or more cases, include New Mexico, Kansas, Ohio, and Oklahoma. Since February, 2 unvaccinated people have died from measles-related cases. The multi-state outbreak confirms health experts' fears that the virus will take hold on other U.S. communities with low vaccination rates and that the spread could stretch for as much of a year. In our neighboring state of Kansas, there's 24 cases in 6 counties. As in the southwest part of the state, at last check, of yesterday, according to health officials. In other news around the nation today, consumers may finally be able to be getting a break when it comes to egg prices. According to the Agriculture Department, wholesale egg prices dropped to $3 a dozen this week. That's a 9% decline from the previous week. The American Farm Bureau says that the lower costs are coming from noticeably fewer cases of bird flu, which you probably noticed a little bit of our reporting signifying some of that as well. That's helping stores restock as the cases of bird flu have been much less severe. However, egg prices still remain historically high, near the 59% more expensive mark than what they were this time last year, according to Consumer Price Check. Obviously worth noting those prices, especially leading up to that quickly approaching Easter holiday as well. And if you're looking for a meal, specifically a meal in a hurry, new research shows that lines at Chick-fil-A may be the fastest. According to In Touch Insight, the largest fast food chain specializing in chicken sandwiches has consistently received more correct orders with 92% accuracy rates since 2019. Burger King and McDonald's were next on the list with 88% accuracy. However, Kentucky Fried Chicken has struggled, receiving an accuracy rating of 81%. Chick-fil-A, again with that 92% accuracy at the top spot, says that it's working to keep the top spot on the list as the company is using drone equipment analytics to assess each restaurant. That's interesting. Rounding out the morning pulse with a check the 7-day forecast, you can see 51 the high today, but not going to be as breezy as what we've had the past couple of days. At least it's looking like that from early models this morning. 44 the high tomorrow with a strong chance of moisture. Chances of moisture continue into the weekend, but they diminish significantly, and we have additional sunshine throughout the upcoming weekend as well.